What's up, everybody? It is Monday, March 30th. We're at the end of March, about to be in the month of April. So we are firmly into the spring season now. Hopefully you're busy at this point. Funny story, I was logging onto this call and the UPS truck and the FedEx truck both pulled up at the exact same time in front of my house, delivering packages to the same house. And they were walking up to the house laughing together. I can hear them, my window's open. I can hear them laughing as they're walking to the house going, "What's up, man? Good to see you." So I just thought that was funny, some friendly competition. Hopefully you're out there getting some jobs right now. Your competitors are probably out there getting jobs right now. If you see them on the road, I don't know, wave, be friendly, right? No reason to be a hater. Everyone's got competition and you never know when you might need some help. So I've actually heard some funny stories from clients of ours who have worked with or become friends with so-called competitors in their area. And they just don't think of each other as really competitors anymore. They more think of each other as just professionals in the same industry, trying to do the same thing. And that's, I think, a really good, healthy way to think about it. To be honest with you, when I was running my cleaning business, I never really thought about competitors at all. There were a couple of big franchises in our area, and then there were just 100 independent cleaning companies, carpet cleaning companies all over the Milwaukee area when I was there. So it was like too much competition for me to even think about. I mostly just focused on us and getting our phone ringing, but it was funny to see FedEx and UPS here pulling up laughing together. So anyways, hopefully you are feeling good as you get into the spring season. If you need anything, reach out to us and let us know. This is the time of year when we should be seeing more booked up schedules. If you're thinking about raising your budgets on your ads, this would be a good time to start thinking about it as we get into April, May, and then June. You want to definitely be spending as much as you can to fill your schedule and kind of push the limits. Because if you want to hire, if your goal is to grow your business, add another van, add more services and hire, this is the time to strike while the iron's hot, right? While you have demand, while people are calling you, people are searching, they're looking for these services, you can go ahead and just turn the ad budget up a bit, bring in more calls and grow your business while there's demand. Good time to start thinking about that if you're not thinking about it. I just want to mention that right now because I know a lot of folks were just trying to get through winter, get set up before spring. Those days are behind us now. By the time you see this video, it's going to be April and it should be definitely spring season. Your phone should be ringing. If you happen to see this video and your phone's not ringing out there, if you're not a client of ours yet and you see a clip from this or something, reach out, let us know. We can help you out. Go to BookCleaningJobs.com. So I don't have any major topics to talk about today. And actually, we were not supposed to be doing a coaching call at all this week. My son's in like the smart kids classes at school, which is really great. So they stay after every Monday and they do these cool projects together. And then a couple times a year, they present the projects to the parents. And unfortunately, my son is feeling sick today, so he's not able to go to school and present his big project to us. I feel really bad for him. But for all the parents out there, you know what it's like trying to manage business, family, all of that. So the reason I brought that up is because next week, I'm also not going to be hosting a call. Next week, I will be on a trip and just won't be available. So I wanted to make sure that folks, Book Cleaning Jobs clients especially, knew that we were not going to be hosting the call next week. So if you're watching this and hoping to join next week, sorry, we'll be back the week after that. But you know where to reach us in the meantime. You can reach out to support@bookcleaningjobs.com and send us an email. If you got our number, you can send us a message there. And we're here to help. I guess the last thing I would mention is I was on Facebook today asking cleaners, did you start your cleaning business from scratch or did you buy your cleaning business? And I got a ton of responses to this. I think folks really love sharing their stories with other people who have similar stories. It creates this camaraderie. But I got a bunch of comments from people saying, I'm an owner operator, or I bought my business. We really didn't have any customers. They hadn't done any marketing. People just sharing their stories. I thought that was really interesting. And how you started your business, it can impact how you run your business. I want to tell you about something really fast that I've noticed while working with carpet cleaners and house cleaners over the last couple of years. And it's a mindset issue I run to over and over that is hard to see when you're in it. One of the big mindset traps that people fall into, where your actual mindset, the way that your brain thinks about the world, is holding you back, right? One of those mindset traps is a lot of people get into this business as an owner operator, just looking to go and do the service and make a living. They don't enter it with the mindset of, I'm going to start a business, have employees, grow to multiple trucks, grow the value of the business, sell the business. They're not thinking that far down the line. They're mostly just thinking, I need to cover my own bills, or maybe even I need to pull myself out of a bad situation. Somebody on my Facebook page today, a client of ours, shared that he was homeless before he started his carpet cleaning business. And now he's making $20,000 to $30,000 a month with his carpet cleaning business. We have another client who is in a similar situation, went from living in a camper trailer in his buddy's driveway to doing $30,000 plus months with his carpet cleaning business, having a couple trucks on the road too. But if you come from that kind of a background where you're getting into business because you're just trying to make it, you have to make it, sometimes it's really hard to transition from that mindset, just trying to take care of yourself, cover your own bills, and build a business that takes care of you, to transition from that to being a business owner with a team, employees, and having to take care of others. That can be a tough transition for people, very tough. And I think a lot of people, they get stuck seeing the world one way. They build a business that suits their needs. And then when it comes time to try to expand their vision and think about how could I hire more people? How could I get more trucks? It's really hard for them to take that model that they've built and make it work with a team, because the model was never meant to work with employees. It was really only meant to work for you, to cover your expenses and cover your bills. So that's a mindset trap that I see people fall into. They struggle with the thought of, how am I going to transform my business from this owner operator model into a team model? How am I going to scale up from where I'm at right now? Maybe I should just stay an owner operator because it doesn't seem like it's even possible. Sometimes you might even think, shoot, it would be easier to just shut my business down and start a new business using a new model, right? Start a new business with employees and trying to build a team structure and multiple vans, multiple crews from the beginning. Maybe it would be, right? Maybe it would be. And some of you will have that opportunity to start multiple businesses and do this multiple ways and see which way you like best. I've talked to cleaners who are in that situation too. They've had multiple businesses over the years. I've had multiple businesses. So far to date, I've only had one cleaning business. And in that business, I started out with the mindset that I wanted to hire people. I wanted to have a team. I wanted to have multiple trucks, and I wanted to grow the value of the business so that I could sell it at some point. I started out with that mindset, which made it a lot easier for me to make decisions and to make sacrifices when I needed to, because those sacrifices were in sacrifice of completing my vision, meeting my goals. It made it easier for me to make those sacrifices. If you're starting out with the vision of, I need to cover my own bills, my own situation, and then you need to take the leap to invest in more trucks, a commercial space, hiring employees, paying for people's healthcare or their taxes or whatever, right? All those extra costs. If you're having to take that leap from owner operator into the team model, sometimes it's hard. It's hard to make those sacrifices because your brain is telling you, dude, you're already safe and comfortable. You've got your bills covered. Why would you risk all of that? Why would you leave this comfortable place to go take a risk and try to develop a team or hire people? Why would you share everything you've built with those people? And that's a mindset trap. It will keep you where you're at. And if you want to be an owner operator, that's completely fine. I don't want you to think that I'm slandering owner operators. That's not the case at all. There are plenty of owner operators out there who are happy with their business, happy with their life, and making better money in a lot of cases than folks who are running multi-truck operations, because you can really carve out a good profit as an owner operator if you want to be out there in the field and you really like doing this work and taking care of your customers. However, if you're feeling trapped in that owner operator life and wishing that you had more and looking at others and thinking, maybe I should scale up, maybe I should expand, start another location, add more services, hire people, whatever you want to do to expand, right? If you're having those thoughts and you're unsatisfied with where you're at, just realize you're going to have to make some sacrifices. You're going to have some mindset shifts along the way. That's part of the process, right? That's the toll that you're going to have to pay to get across that bridge from point A to point B. So those are lessons I've learned from just helping carpet cleaners and house cleaners, pressure washers, air duct cleaners, rug cleaners for the last couple of years. I've watched a lot of people transition from owner operator to team. I've seen some people go from teams back to owner operator and start over again. I've seen people shut their companies down, sell their companies, start new companies. I've seen it all at this point. And you're in control of the situation. You can control your own situation. As long as you don't get yourself into too much debt, into too much trouble where you can't get out. That's the ultimate trap. You don't want to get stuck in a business where you can't get out. That is not a good place to be. I've been dug into a hole like that in a business before, and thankfully I was able to dig myself out. But you don't want to be in that position. You want to have the flexibility to where you could say, you know what? I don't like the model that I built. It doesn't suit me anymore. I want to do something else. Either I want to start growing to a team model, or I want to go from a team model back to an owner operator because that suits me better now, right? You can make that change in your business. You have that power within you and you can change your circumstances. It just takes a little bit of effort. Maybe something we could dig into a little deeper in the future. I just want you guys to know that you're never stuck in the situation that you're in. I hope that makes you feel free, right? You can scale up with the freedom knowing you could scale down later if you want to. As long as you make smart decisions along the way and you're not getting yourself too in debt, getting yourself too stuck, then you could scale up, scale down, whatever you need to suit your life's vision. But take chances. If you're an entrepreneur and you want to take chances and that's what makes you feel good and feel like you're making the most of your life, I get that. I'm in touch with that feeling. I don't want to live a boring life. I don't want to regret not doing a bunch of things throughout my life. I want to be able to look back and say, I took the chance, I did the thing, and whether it worked out or not, right? It's just another story. But take the chance, be fearless about it, and realize you can change your position. I just want to share that with you today. All right, enough preaching. That's all I've got for you today. We really don't have folks on the call. Like I said, we were not planning to do a call this week. I didn't want to leave you with nothing though. So we're getting into spring season. Next week, we're not going to do a call. We'll do one the week after that. I'm hoping to see everybody then. If you have questions, reach out to us. If you need anything, hit us up. And wishing you a really busy spring season. All right, we'll wrap it up there. Talk to you later.